Okay, so we're back working on the C65 here. I finally got ambition enough to work on it, because you know ambition's hard to find around here. So what I've done already off camera that you haven't seen, well, you probably haven't seen much because I haven't recorded nothing hardly, but what I've done already is I've already put a gasket for the valve covers here, and I ordered all this stuff from Summit, believe it or not. All this stuff come from Summit minus the spark plugs, but it's just a rubber gasket with like a steel core in it. Hopefully it doesn't leak. I didn't put no sealer or nothing on it, so we'll pray and hope that nothing happens. I got the exhaust manifolds from Summit, and I got the spark plugs from AutoZone today, but I got this exhaust manifold's in, the spark plugs are in, I got the little shrouds there in. What I'm going to put in next is the alternator bracket here. It goes on these two bolts and that bolt, and probably put the alternator back in, get that done. And then I got an air valve here that goes on, which I have in the parts cart there. That'll go on, and that should pretty much complete this side until I get the front put back on. Then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Now on this side over here I have not done anything. I figure this would be a better side to record from. Just it's more open, it seems like, feels like. But I haven't done anything to this side. I'll probably have to take these heater hoses off and out of the way, and that air line out of the way to get the valve cover off. And we'll go through the process I went through, cleaning all the crap out, and do that. I don't know how far we'll get tonight, because as soon as Casey tells me dinner's done, I'm leaving, and won't be back till tomorrow. So I guess I'll get the alternator bracket on, and then we'll work on that brake valve there. Alright, so it's time to do the air valves, and I have them set up the way they're going and came off the truck. They came off the truck this way. This is the new valve, so I just got to basically take all the plugs and fittings out of this one and put on this one the same way. So I'll try to make a video. Now see, this one will all come out as one, should, so that'll be easy. And then I got to take every single plug that's in this thing out to put in here. So I don't know if you guys remember, but it was leaking air out of the end of this one, so that's why we got a new one. It's like $70 valve. These trucks aren't cheap. They are definitely not cheap. So let's get her taken apart here. All right, alternator's in, and the shiny new valve is in. Now this valve on the back side, and let me show you the old one. See how this old one's flat? Well, the new one had a bolt in the middle of it holding a flat washer down, and it protruded over the top, so it wasn't flush. So what I did, I drilled into the plunger on the truck and recessed it, and I'm going to check to see if there's any leaks and if there's any pressure being put onto that bolt. If there's any pressure onto that bolt, it's going to kind of half cock the brakes there. So you may be wondering how I'm going to build air pressure to check it, because the truck's apart, I can't run it. Well, here's how. If you guys remember, I believe I touched on it, I put a little valve back here and made a little deal I can plug air hoses into, because I would have to pull start this truck when the flywheel started going bad. So I just put my little valve in here, and bam, truck's building air pressure without even running. So we'll let her build up, and then we'll play with the brakes here and see if we got any leaks. Ooh, I got a bunch of crap around here. I don't remember where the valve was on the gauge. Where are you, gauge? Gauge is right here. You guys can't see it. I can barely see it. So we'll let everything build up. I'll get a light in here and we'll check stuff out. So we do have one little leak right there. I'll have to take that line off and tighten that down. But we should still be able to test. Ouch. Keep hitting that mirror. Should be able to test everything else. So let's get up here and we'll release the brakes for the truck there. And okay, so I don't remember how this truck well, pedal's got like an inch of free play. I can adjust that out, I'm sure. But they work. It's got a leak somewhere. Well, it would be that leak more than likely. Sounds good. So dinner's ready, and you guys remember what I said about dinner being ready? That means it's time to go home. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll pick that up tomorrow.